Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Hi, Kelly. I'm trying to wait for the train to go by. But anyway, I just wanted to say good afternoon to everybody and thank you for dropping in. I'm going to do a very, very simple basic watercolor color wheel for you today and maybe answer some questions that you might have about mixing your colors. So I'm allowing some people to jump on and before we actually get started. This was the example of what I did last time, drawing with a stick and ink. And it was to celebrate the new route for cable car in Seattle. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand this is the front of the cable car. I just didn't want to do anything too complicated during a live periscope. So anyway, oh, thank you for those hearts. That's very nice. So, hi, Lori. So, more boy, more fun. Yeah, Dave. That's for sure. Hi, Judy. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to start out very simply and inexpensively if you just wanted to get started with watercolor. Now, some of those of you who I've said hello to already, I've watched your wonderful professional periscopes. Glad to catch you live too, Amanda. Anyway, some of you have these sets of 24 and 40 and I don't know, 100. You must have 100 colors available. I just want to show you how you can get an awful lot out of, hi to North Carolina. Anyway, I wanted to show you how to get a lot of color out of just a very small set. So I'm going to take off my ink and my watercolor here from last time. Did anybody try the sticks? You did, Heidi. How did it turn out? How did your stick drawing turn out, Heidi? I'm waiting. It turned out okay. See, it takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? Because you think, well, it's not a pencil or a pen, so, it can't be perfect. And then all of a sudden you're having fun. Oh no, fun. That's great. Well, I hope some more of you try it too. I did get signed up to Catch. So if you have friends or if you just wanted to see it again, then hi to California. Ooh, Art Whisper, that's a good name. Anyway, I did get signed up to Catch, so this broadcast should be able to be seen even after it expires. Let's see, when does it expire? 24 hours from now, off of Periscope. But Catch, I don't think... Hi, from Australia. Wow, it must be nighttime there or really early in the morning. Anyway, I'm thinking the Catch doesn't get the hearts or the, the text that you guys send. Lunchtime? Oh, that's not bad. And you guys are coming into fall now, are you? Or are you still in summer in Australia? Anyway, I forget what I was talking about. Yep, end of summer. Okay, we're just getting to the barely... I don't think we're at the end of the winter yet here in the Pacific Northwest. There's another tab on Catch. Oh, I don't know about Catch. That's okay. I'm letting people to get on here for just a second. I don't want to take too long for you, though. All right. Now, this color wheel that I made for you, I just did a little practice one for you in my studio here. I made with a 1/2 inch, this is not a natural fiber, but a synthetic fiber brush. 1/2 inch brush works pretty good because it carries an awful lot of paint. Okay, I'm going to look that up on Catch then. And the way that I made my circle is I just used the lid off of one of those large sour cream containers. So you can take your pencil and you can just draw around the edge of it. I don't know about you, but it's not that easy to make a circle. And I just do that just to get a basic idea for how to do the circle. And then the colors that I'm using here are the Yarka set of watercolor paints, and with a few additions. There's a 12 color and an 8 color set that you can order online, and it's just wonderful. I love the Yarka sets. I looked it up, and these are made in St. Petersburg. Sets are this a 24-piece set that have professional colors. This is considered to be the student grade paints, but they are wonderful. They're just really, really great. They're moist pans, so you don't have to scrape them out. They don't feel scratchy and dull your brush, yarka. I guess for those of you who speak Russian, excuse my accent, yarka, but it means brilliant. And so I think that means you and your paintings. Brilliant. So it's 12 colors and 8 colors. Don't bother with the 8 colors. It's just a little bit more for the 12 color one. Then you see that I've put an extra pan in here of blue because they only have one blue in the set. They have white, which you never hardly ever use in watercolor, not if you're using transparent watercolor. They have white, so I wish they had this blue in there. This is cobalt blue that I've added to it. And this is Azo Yellow, A-Z-O. And I'll show you the comparison of the colors that you get. So in this case over here, you see the yellow up here at the top. That's the Yarka color. Yes, my watercolor wheel. I'll show you how to do it in just a second. So this is a comparison of the Yarka set, the yellow that comes with it, and then the one that I used is the Azo Yellow, or the Aureolin from M. Graham. This is the professional one in the tube. So you can see that the professional one is a bit brighter and cleaner looking. This is the rosy red that they have in the Yarka set. And the one that you see below it is the one from Permanent Rose from Artist Watercolor of Winsor and Newton. So pretty comparable there, except that the Yarka one is a little bit more opaque. The cobalt blue that I stuck into the pan by myself here and just added to it, that's from Daniel Smith. And then the blue here, this is the Yarka blue. And I don't have a tube of this one, but this is Antwerp blue, or you could have phthalo blue green shade. Any one of those would work just fine. And if you're just new to watercolor, then you can actually use the lid from the palette to mix your colors. You put it down on a white piece of paper, and then when you mix the colors, then you can see through the clear cover and imagine what the color will look like when you paint it. So that works out really well. So let's go ahead and do one of these and see if we can make this all happen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a wet into wet. So you get to practice two things. You get to practice color mixing, and you get to practice wet into wet watercolor. The yellow, or the Azo Yellow that I'm going to use here, is the one from M. Graham. I'm going to put this at the top and make sure that I have a lot of it, because yellow is the weakest color that you have to use. And this is a 3-color color wheel. Later on, in another broadcast, I'll show you how to use my little Altoids kit with 2 yellows, 2 blues, and 2 reds. But let's start easy. Let's start with 1 yellow, and then I'm going to just take some water in between the yellow. I know, isn't it a cute little set? It's very portable. I use it for my urban sketching. And then I'll take the rosy red from the Yarka set. So here's the rosy red here, right next to the one that looks like a tomato red. So I'm going to use that, put it over here about 1/3 of the way around, and then pull the paint up together into the wet paint so that it starts getting lighter. And I'm going to get rid of this little bead right here right now so it doesn't drizzle down. And then mix it together while it's still wet. Put a little bit more of the yellow in there to create an orange. And that's the relationship of these 3 colors. Mixing yellow and red, making orange. Now this might not be, you know, the highest, the most fabulous looking orange that you've ever made, but that's because you're only using 1 orange, and this one is a little bit kind of a purpley orange, or yellow. I mean, start that one again. We're talking about the red. The red that I'm using is kind of a violet red, so it's not going to make the brightest orange for you. That's why you have to use the Altoids set instead. All right, now let's go on the other side of yellow. Add some water in here. It's very simple and very easy. So those of you who are more practiced are probably bored already, but at least this gives some beginners a little chance to get started with this. Now I'm going to use the blue. Excuse me while I turned off the heater there. Now I'm going to use this bright blue here from the Yarka set. It's the one that's near the end, next to purple. Okay, oops, a little drizzle, no problem. All right, put the blue here. Get it going. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, put the blue there. That's a pretty strong blue. So when I bring it up into the yellow, I'm going to have to take the water from here and then down so it doesn't spread too much. Okay, there you go. Now, let's add some yellow to it. Some more yellow in the middle here. And bring this blue back up again, just a little bit. There you go. Make a green. Now we have green, blue, green, and blue coming down here. And then we have yellow, green. Whoops, got to get some yellow in there. Yellow, green, and yellow. So already we have 2/3 of the color wheel. Yellow, yellow, green, green, and blue, green, and blue. Yellow, yellow, orange, orange, red, orange, and red. So then we only have purple left. And that's kind of the hardest one to mix. So I'm still going to mix from these same colors. I'm mixing with the blue that comes in the Yarka and with the same red that we started out with, that pinky red. Mix them together and you get a purple. Nice purple. Okay, and then you just bring the water next to it so it pulls through here like this and connects to your red, so that we end up with a red, violet, and then violet or purple. And then it's on the other side. What do you think will be on the other side? The other side we're going to get blue and blue violet. So just bring the blue down here like this and then let it mix with the violet, and then we'll get a blue violet happening. Really a little more blue here. A little bit of a blue violet happening in here. There you are. Isn't that fun? So there you have actually 12 colors of the color wheel, all wet into wet, with painting it with the Yarka 12 color set plus one. So this is all you need. Yay! This is all you need to be able to make all the colors you ever wanted. Be able to make winter colors, summer colors. These are the brightest colors that are possible in this particular student set, but you can mix many other things together as well. And I mean, these sets are very affordable. You can order them online. They're the Yarka set. There's Yarka. See if you can see that a little bit better. That's how you spell it. And easy to try, easy to get the colors that you want, mixing them more or less wet into wet right on the paper. So if you have any questions, you're free to ask questions. I think it's just really fun to do that, to do these colors. Also, it's a portable set. See here, I'll show the set to you again here. This is what it looks like. It has sometimes comes with a little detail brush in it too. And then the brush that I was using was just a 1/2 inch watercolor brush that's made from nylon fiber, so that I could get a lot of paint and get a lot of water right there. Oh, thank you very much. So any questions, anybody so far? Okay, so should we make something with it? You think we should make something with the colors that we have here? I just feel I hadn't planned on doing that, but I'm thinking I was doing some different veggies. Yes? Okay. It's not going too far. I worry about this taking too long, you know. Okay, I'll go down farther like this so that you can see. I'm going to use my Micron pen. I'm going to make just an outline here so you can see what I'm doing here. I'll make a carrot. I did this for my students in class today, so Lori, you know, Margot. Yes, isn't Micron wonderful? Silly question. Okay. Yes, nobody ever says, please, no, don't demonstrate anything. I don't want to see watercolor happening. Okay. Here's carrot. We don't have any coming up here yet, but there are some organic ones happening in the produce section of the store. So what would you say, carrots are orange? So why don't we start out with yellow, right down the edge like this. Oh, the greenery also has yellow in it. So I'm mixing these colors directly on the paper now. The color of the greenery of green, of course. So if I put a little bit of this blue from our color wheel here, I know that the yellow that I started out with and that blue will make a green. So all I have to do is just keep on putting more yellow on there until, oops, here it comes, oops, too much yellow, until it gets green. So let's put the green, yellow, blue, yellow, blue again, just a little bit of blue in there. Now let's mix it up together. Let the watercolor mix. This is all wet into wet right now. All right, so then we've got the yellow on the carrot, so we're going to move over to the more, now in the palette here I could use this red, but it's kind of pinky, and if I want to get an oranger color for the carrot and mix it with the yellow, I'll mix it to this red instead. So it's called a warm and a cool red. We can talk about that more when we make our little Altoids kits. You can go to my blog too and see how to make them, because I already published that many years ago. So here we go with some wet into wet happening with the pushing water into here, pushing paint together, just to make a really simple little carrot, and telling my students, oh, where's my blog? My blog is right here. It's at michelecoopart on that's Instagram. When you go to Instagram and you find that, then you'll find my my blog at michelecoopart.blogspot.com. So you can link to that right from my Instagram. Okay, so here we have a pretty easy carrot. Now you know those little creases that they have in there? Well, if you run the other end of your brush around the edges of these lines here that you usually see, you're welcome. Then you put some more paint on there. Put some more paint on here. It flows into the lines. Do you see those lines starting to happen yet? Just a little bit. Yeah, right there. See, that's the little crease that was formed, indentation that was formed from using the other side of my brush, the other tip of it. And that's what a lot of watercolor brushes have, these beveled sides on them. You always wondered what that's for. That's what it's for. You can even go back up here. Yes, fancy. There we go. So I think you could make a better line using your other end of your brush than you could with any tiny, tiny little watercolor brush, you know, a 2-hair watercolor brush. New tricks, yes. You never knew that, yeah. Well, another thing that I use the bevel in for is if you get a watercolor block, you can use it to stick in to the side of the block where the key is and separate the papers as well. Yeah, thank you, Judy, for inviting people. That was very nice of you. I like yours too. Okay, so there's a little carrot for you. I hope that means that you'll come next week on Thursday and you'll watch me making my little mini Altoids kit. There you go. See, I made a whole book, sketchbooks in the sketchbook project with my Altoids set as well. That's not this one, but it's next week. All right. Okay. Well, come and see me next week on Thursday, hey? Oh yeah, I did make those 6-stroke people. Did you try them, Judy? You want more shadow? You want more of them? 6-stroke people? Okay, I've already done them before, but I'll do this with a square brush. I did it with a round brush before. Okay, so let's make some colorful ones. Here's 1 stroke. I'll give you guys an opportunity, see, for hanging in there. You know, thank you for staying here. That's nice for your guess. That's great. All right, let's get this purple guy in here. Kid, maybe. All right, and then I'm going to come back in with some, let's get some burnt sienna legs here. That was one stroke for each of the ones with each of the torsos. Now here's the legs. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's the legs, there's the legs, there's the legs. All right, now let's make the heads. The heads are usually, well, these are silhouette people. These are like people down the block waiting for the bus, down on the beach. Now you can make a head for this one, a head for this one, a head for this one. See, so those of you who have square brushes or flat brushes, you can still do it. Let's put some dark on here. Well, paint doesn't want to get, there we go. So you can do this with your new Yarka set if you have them. Try all the different colors that there are. When I do these kind of people, I usually like to make some diagonal strokes just for movement, as if they're walking around, and then come back down at the bottom and make just a few little shadows here at the bottom. You've got some silhouettes, and there you go. So these are a couple of things that you can make with your new Yarka set if you get it. I'm going to come back and punch this up just a little bit now that it's dry enough. There. Now I'm going to come back in with some yellow. So you can put, watercolor is meant to be transparent. You're welcome. Yeah, and see, the thing is that you guys are painting the people for yourself. All you have to do is just suggest a little bit, and then we've seen somebody that looks like that in silhouette. Now, speaking of carrots, there's a guy who does carrot people. Have you seen those? Well, carrot people are less than one stroke. Then he does a carrot like this, carrot shape. Then he does another leg on the side. Then he does a head. And then he does the arms. And then all of a sudden you have a person out of a carrot. So let's put the shadow on there. There. Ha! So now you know carrot people and 6-stroke people and how to do a very simple 3-color watercolor color wheel. It doesn't have to be hard. I really like Emily's hashtag. Do it for the what? Do it for the process. What is that? She says. Thank you, Heidi. That's very nice of you. Oh, that's very nice of you. Don't know your name, Pointed Broad. I don't know your first name, but anyway, I really appreciate your nice comments and all your hearts, guys. I don't know, is it considered impolite if you sign off while people are still giving you hearts? I think so, maybe. Pair people. Don't get me started, Dave. I might do that some other time. Yes, do it for the process. Thank you, Judy. Yeah. Emily Jeffords has a really wonderful hashtag, and you look at that and you can see all the people that are trying really hard just to get their art better. They're not going to sell it. It's just going to be for fun, and I think it's the best way to get started and take the pressure off of yourself. So, any other questions or comments that you guys want? Yeah, for fun. It's supposed to be fun. You did? Oh, that's great. Thanks, Judy. So if you're looking for my blog, and it's got more information on it, it's just Michele Cooper. Now remember, I'm Michele with one L, M-I-C-H-E-L-E, michelecoopart.blogspot.com. So there you go, and I also publish on the Urban Sketchers blog, the international one, but more often on the Urban Sketchers Seattle. So Urban Sketchers, Seattle, urbansketchers.org. We're going to have a meetup on Sunday, so look at the blog and see where we're meeting, and come and draw with us and have tons and tons of fun. Well, I don't have anything else to talk to you about, so I guess I have to say goodbye. And thank you guys so much for coming and for your kind words and for your hearts. Thank you. I'll see you guys next Thursday, 4:30, okay? You're welcome. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to wait until all the hearts are done or not. Anyway, if you just joined, I'm just signing off and saying goodbye, but you'll be able to watch the replay in just a minute. Okay. Thank you guys so much for everything. See you next week. See you next week at 4:30. Watch the replay if you missed this. Bye.